Yitzchak was an 8-year-old boy who had been through a rough time. His father wasn't well, and his illness was taking its toll on the whole family. To cheer him up, Yitzchak's mother took him to an outdoor fair to have some fun. In the middle of the fair, there was a man selling colorful balloons. The kids would excitedly gather around him, and every few minutes, very smartly, he would release tens of balloons, which turned the sky into a sudden burst of color. Yitzchak went over to the balloon man, and with his big, round, childish eyes, said, "Sir, I have a question. I see green balloons and blue balloons, pink ones and also yellow ones. If you blew up a black balloon, would it also fly?" Our sensitive balloon seller looked at the boy and immediately understood that he was carrying a very heavy load. He bent down and said kindly and lovingly, "My son, all the balloons are filled with something called helium. It doesn't matter what color the outside of the balloon is. What really matters is what's on the inside. If it's got the right stuff, so even a black balloon can fly high and beautiful to the sky." And then he gave the grateful child a beautiful large red balloon. My friends, the last few weeks have been the annual Jewish Black Balloon, a sad period when we mourned the destruction of both holy temples and Jerusalem. And it leaves many of us wondering, can a black balloon fly? And I believe that's why, right after Tisha B'Av, right after the tragedy, we have the joyous day of Tu B'Av, the 15th of Av, which traditionally was a day when Jewish marriages were arranged. Young men would go out to the fields of Jerusalem, where many young girls would be waiting. The Talmud tells us that as the boys approached them, the girls would say, "Al titein einecha b'noi, tein einecha b'mishpacha." Don't pay attention to beauty, pay attention to family. In other words, like the balloon man explained, the cornerstone of a successful marriage is the commitment not to focus on externalities, but instead to always see beyond the surface, inside the heart and inside the soul. And the same is Hashem's message to each and every one of us. The balloon may be black on the outside, but all that matters is what's on the inside. Inside, the Jewish spirit, the Jewish neshama can never be broken. We are full of hope and faith and optimism. Therefore, in the end, as our weekly Haftorah promises, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, you will be comforted. And not just one comfort, but a double comfort. Nachamu, my nation, you will be comforted. Wishing you and yours a Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.